Hi everybody, welcome back to my 100 Spotify OCs project, where I make a character based on each song from my Spotify Wrapped 2025. This is song 82, Matsuri by Fujii Kaze. It is completely in Japanese. I took a little Japanese in college because I'm a weeb. So a few of the words in this song I'm proud to have already known before encountering it. It's about being carefree, and he uses like seasonal festivals as an idea that life just keeps going, so why not make it fun? For this one, I really wanted to think about Japanese folklore. I really wanted to investigate yokai, which are monsters of Japan. Technically, the best translation for that is demons, which is why the Satanic Panic was so anti-Japan, like anti-Pokemon, anti-Digimon type stuff, just because we do not have equivalent cultures. Comment below if you were not allowed to watch Pokemon as a child. So I thought about yokai just as like cryptids of Japan, and I thought something friendly or whimsical because not every monster in Japanese folklore is evil or angry. I thought about kitsune, which is a fox spirit. They're just very generic like guys, they're just around. There can be good ones and bad ones, so because there's flexibility and they're not always negative, that was a strong contender and kind of what I ended up going with. But also I want to talk about maneki neko. They're like lucky cats, and there's a specific type of cat yokai that just dances. Like just a supernatural cat being, a ghost in the form of a cat that dances. And there's always like a group of them and they'll have these dances in the woods. I just thought that was like a fun type of mythology. So I'm gonna implement some cats as maybe companions to the kitsune in the final design. Another thing I wanted to do was pull inspiration from these adopts I see sometimes that I can best describe as like scenery dolls. So there's one from Owlylly that I really think is cool. It's got a definitive body shape, but within the outline of most of the body is a photograph of a specific forest. And then there's another one by Grub Scout, who I think will show up and have their own dedicated artist inspiration segment later. And as you can see again, it is the outline of an animal with scenery or like nature inside of it. So I'd like to explore that with this as well, with some nature, some festival imagery. I'm trying not to be stereotypical with this one and to have a reason for whatever scenery I choose. So after a little research, I'll know better what to portray. But for now, we can at least sketch and outline this animal. inked, and I went in with colored pencil in pale tones to add some of the scenery that I'd like to suggest here. I went to the town of Gujo Hachiman when I visited Japan, and they do a festival there in August called Obon, which is a huge deal. It's got a lot of dancing, so they would sell these platform shoes all around, and it heavily features lanterns that float on water, not in the sky, but I would like to use that as like a basis for the type of festival scenery that will be in the background. So I'm thinking about like those pink summer sunsets. The paint's gonna get outside of the lines, it'll be okay. And I'm thinking about the way that everything is just so hyper saturated. Sitting because it's kind of starting to wick away. These are just kind of the under colors that I'd like, and it's looking a little sloppy now, but I'll go back in for some more painting once this is dry so that things don't bleed into each other, and then we'll see how that does. My third and final pixel artist, this week's artist inspiration is Wanila. I ran into Wanila's work years ago and it's always stuck with me. They like to do small, minimally animated GIFs of landscapes, especially urban landscapes. Similar to 8pixel, who I mentioned a few videos ago, they also tend to have chosen color palettes that they like to stick to, and it's really cool to see how many different environments they can convey using the same basic color palettes. The work has a very winsome feel to it, longing for something that isn't quite real, but is just a couple degrees removed from reality. Anybody who likes Ghibli and the backgrounds and the art of Ghibli would probably also really enjoy Wanila. So I will link their socials in the description below, and that has been my artist inspiration for this episode. I believe that Wanila, 8pixel, and Pixel Art Journey are the only 3 pixel artists in the whole 100 artist inspiration lineup so far, but I don't have all of my 100 artists picked out quite yet. I have most of them, but a couple other pixel artists may sneak in near the end. I think that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for sticking around through the process. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll post again next Friday. I have a free Patreon linked in the description if you want more information about the channel, or if you want to be involved in eventually choosing charities for the OC raffle. And if you want to know more about the OC raffle, you can go to the introduction video for the series, which is linked in the description below. Again, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful week.